As you guys know, LeBron James, okay? LeBron James strikes again. LeBron got injured in the playoffs against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Apparently, he had suffered a serious knee injury, which they said James reportedly sprained his MCL on a collision, and the injury typically sidelines players for 3 to 5 weeks, or a few days ago, less than a week or so. Some video footage surfaced of LeBron James attending some event, I believe with his wife, and they were there dancing.
Welcome back to NBA Showdown, where we cut through the noise and bring you the real story. Today we're exposing the controversy surrounding LeBron James and an alleged knee injury during the playoffs. Was he truly sidelined with an MCL sprain, or was the injury claim a convenient excuse? Stick around as we break down each detail, analyze every twist, and reveal why some fans believe LeBron danced right through his supposed injury. If you want more unfiltered NBA insight, make sure to subscribe to NBA Showdown before we jump into the breakdown. LeBron James's MCL injury in the playoffs against the Minnesota Timberwolves landed him squarely in headlines. According to reports, he suffered a significant knee injury, specifically a sprain to his medial collateral ligament, which typically requires 3 to 5 weeks of recovery time. Charles Tabansi reminds us that this type of injury is no minor setback. An MCL sprain usually demands rest, immobilization, and gradual rehabilitation. There is no quick fix. For an athlete of LeBron's caliber, even a slight compromise of knee stability can affect explosiveness, lateral movement, and overall performance. Tabansi underscores that if the injury was genuine, it would logically take him off the court. Onlookers accepted the report as fact, believing that the injury legitimately ended LeBron's playoff run, but as we'll see, subsequent developments cast a shadow of doubt over the severity or perhaps the very existence of that knee issue.
As you guys know, LeBron James, okay? LeBron James strikes again. LeBron got injured in the playoffs against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Apparently, he had suffered a serious knee injury, which they said James reportedly sprained his MCL on a collision, and the injury typically sidelines players for 3 to 5 weeks.
The Lakers' elimination followed shortly after LeBron's reported MCL injury, culminating in a 4-1 series loss with their lone victory in Game 5. Tabansi points out that the timing of the injury could not have been worse for Los Angeles. Even before the formal announcement, whispers of LeBron's compromised knee were circulating. By the time the Lakers bowed out, fans and commentators widely attributed the collapse to his absence. Losing a superstar like LeBron mid-series shifts team dynamics drastically. The Lakers suddenly lacked their primary playmaker, floor general, and defensive anchor. Tabansi stresses that, given LeBron's central role, it seemed impossible for the Lakers to rally. However, this narrative laid the groundwork for skepticism. If injury truly marked the end of LeBron's ability to compete, why did subsequent footage show him moving without any visible limp or discomfort? The link between the injury announcement and the Lakers' defeat became the pivot point for doubters.
We found that out after the Lakers lost the series, that LeBron had injured his MCL, and that had the Lakers won, I think, Game 5, there was no way in hell LeBron was going to be able to play.
Whenever LeBron's teams lose, there always seems to be an excuse at play, be it an injury, questionable officiating, or external distractions. Tabansi highlights how immediate skepticism arose. Fans joked that LeBron always finds something to blame. This pattern of attributing losses to factors beyond mere basketball performance fueled a backlash. Critics often pointed to previous playoff exits where LeBron claimed injuries or personal issues prevented him from playing at full strength. Tabansi notes that over time, these claims, whether legitimate or not, become part of LeBron's public narrative. The idea that each loss must have a dramatic backstory has become so ingrained that ordinary poor performance is no longer accepted. In the court of public opinion, LeBron's word carries weight, but it also carries suspicion. Tabansi reminds viewers that before jumping to conclusions, one must examine evidence critically rather than defaulting to the injury excuse.
When that news came out, me and many people are like, here we go again. Here we go again. Yet another occasion of LeBron losing, and it's because of something, because of an injury. We saw the injury, the thing with the cast on his hand. We saw the thing with the situation in the locker room with his moms or whatever it is with Delonte, with all that stuff. It's like there's always one thing or another. So LeBron got roasted and toasted for that.
Despite widespread belief in LeBron's playoff injury, a number of fans remained unconvinced. Tabansi points out that while many accepted the report at face value, a vocal contingent questioned whether LeBron had been fully honest. This skepticism centered around the timing and convenience of the injury announcement. Some insisted that the knee issue was either overstated or perhaps fabricated to shield criticism of his playoff performance. They argued that if LeBron truly could not play, he would not have risked further damage or taken part in any physically demanding activity. The fact that the injury became public only after a crushing defeat further muddied the waters. Tabansi highlights that in a league where athletes often play through minor injuries, the severity of LeBron's situation felt inconsistent. Were fans simply longing to see him dominate, or had LeBron's camp exaggerated the situation to preserve his image?
But there were people that were like, no, LeBron was legitimately injured, blah, 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 blah. But a good amount of people were skeptical of it.
Tabansi then reveals that video footage recently surfaced showing LeBron James at a social event dancing alongside his wife. In stark contrast to an athlete recovering from a 3 to 5 week MCL sprain, he appeared to be moving freely, busting dance moves that required agility, knee stability, and confidence. The footage quickly went viral, and countless observers questioned how LeBron could exhibit such fluid movement if his knee was still tender and healing. Tabansi underscores that while rehabilitating, even less intense physical activity like jogging or cutting can be off limits. Dancing, especially with swift footwork and lateral shifts, seems incompatible with a healing MCL. This clip ignited skepticism, with fans accusing LeBron of exaggerating or even fabricating his injury. Tabansi encourages viewers to consider the biomechanics. If the MCL was still unstable, any pivot or quick turn could exacerbate the sprain. His detailed analysis invites us to reconsider whether LeBron truly required extended downtime or whether he used the injury claim to mitigate criticism for the Lakers' early exit.
A week or so ago, or a few days ago, less than a week or so, some video footage surfaced of LeBron James attending some event, I believe with his wife. And they were there dancing.
Once the dancing footage circulated, social media exploded with reactions questioning LeBron's injury claim. Tabansi notes that fans flooded comment sections with, "Bro, weren't you injured? And how are you dancing like that when you had a torn MCL?" The stark contrast between the supposed severity of the knee injury and LeBron's uncourt-like dancing fueled speculation that he had misled the public and perhaps even his own team. While some defended him, arguing that dancing may not place the same stress on the knee as basketball cuts, others pointed out that any significant MCL sprain renders lateral movement painful for weeks. Tabansi suggests that credibility is paramount. Athletes and teams rely on public trust to maintain reputations and commercial backing. By seemingly moving without restriction, LeBron risked eroding that trust. The uproar also highlighted the double standards in the NBA. If any other player had danced right after a reported serious injury, they would face similar derision. In exposing this discrepancy, Tabansi calls on fans to hold their heroes accountable, not idolize every move.
So after this footage surfaced of him dancing, people were like, bro, I thought you were injured. You sure healed up pretty quickly, right? You sure healed up pretty quickly. Like, how all of a sudden
LeBron's post-injury dance footage ignited fierce debate. An MCL sprain typically means a hard stop. No cutting, no squatting, certainly no celebratory dancing. Yet that's exactly what LeBron was caught doing, raising questions about the truth behind his playoff exit. While injuries are part of sports, transparency matters. Fans deserve clarity rather than curveballs. If this story has you fired up, make sure you're subscribed to NBA Showdown for more in-depth coverage of your favorite NBA headlines. We'll be back soon with more real talk, no spin, no hype, just the unfiltered truth.